This is a little town called Pawnee Rock on the Arkansas River, about 60 or 65 miles from Dodge City in central Kansas. And it's really a town that's, just disintegrated into almost nothing anymore. It's very small, but in the 1800s it's said to have been new when they built these buildings. I want to show you these buildings on Main Street because just the narrative of when they were built and how long they've been around, it seems very strange. So take a look at these. You're not going to believe this. So as I turn around, the wall of this building has been propped up, but it's just incredible because it's been made with basically limestone. Some people would even call it sandstone, and the blocks just seem ancient. And this is one of the examples. Usually they use this underneath the ground and put red brick on top, but you can see here there's actually two levels. But I'm going to show you the building down the street that they've torn down that's right next to this. This is a complete stone building, and the main thing about this is just what is the true age of it. The doorways had red brick inserted, and all the buildings that were built, that were said to have been built in the late 1800s, are red brick. But at this time, obviously, when they built this wall, they went to all the trouble to get these stones, stack them up on top of each other, when they could have used red brick if it was done at the same time. You can see even the inside is the same, and this building's just about to fall over. And as we walk down the street of these old buildings, we come to the next building. As you can see, these buildings are completely dilapidated and falling in, but the next building has been torn down, and it's a red brick building that would have been said to have been built in the late 1800s. And you can see that there's a seeming basement below, and much of it you can't see because the boards and bricks and everything are in the way. But the amazing thing is the front step here. As you see, it's a step up. I'm blocking that with the shade, but it's a step up into the building, much like this one is here. But the great thing is you can see what's below this, because this part between this wall and the front of the building has been filled in, but this portion here has not been filled in. Let's get under here and take a look at it. So there you have it. That's a front door coming out, and this has been built here. It's not very wide, but this is obviously backs up the idea of a mud flood, that these buildings have been flooded, and this was originally a first floor. That's a front door. There's not enough room to ever utilize that for anything now. And in some areas, such as a town about 20 miles away called Ellenwood, they say that these were built this way so they could have shops downstairs. But it's not only Ellenwood, it's everywhere on every sidewalk. They're all the sidewalks are all these about 4-inch concrete slabs that have been put over a box that has had to have been made sometime possibly in the late 1800s when all this was done all at the same time. I've actually seen these sidewalks in pictures with horse and buggies, and the concrete is already poured. I'll try to find some of those pictures and put them up where the concrete's poured and the horse and buggy is next to it. So these sidewalks are from a long time ago, when this, basically what I like to call it, would have been set dressed, or everything would have been rehabbed or refurbished so that these lower parts are covered up. Let me try to safely get across here. I don't need anything to break on me while I'm doing it. But looking from the inside, See if I can do this neatly. You can see that this was a front door from the inside. I'm reaching down through, but this was a front door. A lot of the rest of it is covered, so to see any windows or anything, but I have plenty of other buildings like that. This looks like that was a window right here on this side. You can kind of see what was the window panes there. Or I mean, not the window panes, but the side of the windows. Hopefully you can see that I'm reaching down pretty far, because you can see that this has been covered up here in the front of the building and all the way around. But that's a view for you, showing you how these sidewalks were constructed in a way that hid all of that. But in these small towns, the buildings will be dilapidated and they're not upgraded to where you can't tell. You can actually see this stuff. And as we go down the street, the chances of the same thing being under these steps, I would say, is near 100%. Because if what happened was some kind of a land covering, which has been termed a mud flood, if that's what happened, then that's what happened. That's what happened on all of them. So they're all going to be like that. They're all going to need to be covered up. And this old concrete aggregate at that time was poured. You can tell the age of this aggregate right here, and that looks right there like the top of a, what was the top of a window on that building. But these steps are still solid, so I can't get under those. But you can certainly see on this building, below those steps, exactly what currently is, and showing you what was on these buildings. And it's really amazing. I wanted you to see it real quickly in this small town on the Santa Fe Trail in Kansas. Like and subscribe down below. I'll see you in the next video.